2K Sports proudly brings you the Thunder at the peak at the Chesapeake Energy Arena. So for the Thunder, their last game, a win against the Magic in Orlando. And there wasn't much question as to how that game was going to turn out. They absolutely put the hammer down on them.
And even in hostile territory, as they were that day, they had no jitters at all. I mean, the confidence kept growing as the shots kept falling.
And they were falling big time. I mean, from the top to the bottom of that roster, everybody was locked, loaded, and spraying jumping.
Now the starting group for the Denver Nuggets. Fareed and Nurkic in the middle. Boyle is out there with Moutier, and it's Chandler in at the small forward position.
And guys, you talk about players who have that killer instinct. Russell Westbrook is right at the top of that list.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. And you think, Greg, about Westbrook's killer instincts. You were alluding to that. It's very apparent at times. Players praise, and Clark, I think, fear him for just that characteristic alone.
Well, how about this, Kevin? Kobe Bryant said Westbrook has the same love for competition that he has. Whenever other guards are pulled, Westbrook is their worst matchup.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And, Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
Now, here's Moutier. He's coming off a 16-point game against Minnesota.
And also defensively, he was really aggressive. I mean, matter of fact, he had 4 steals over the course of that game.
Durant, that's good.
I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense. He's got the A game rolling tonight.
Moutier with the basket.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
Now, here's Westbrook. A 35-point game for him in the win against the Magic in Orlando.
And how about how opportunistic he was defensively? Steal after steal for him in that game just showed the quickness of his hands and anticipation.
And here's Moutier following the 3 from Kevin Durant. Moutier passes to Fareed, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got power in bunches on that two-hand.
Now here's Durant. Really played well against Orlando in his last outing. That's good.
And I like the job they've done with working the basketball. They've been moving and getting quality shots.
And, Greg, their field goal percentage reflects that. I mean, they've been the much better team shooting the ball. And you know me, shooting percentage, always a function of shot selection.
And so here is Oklahoma City, following the miss by Kenneth Fareed. Westbrook with a wide-open look, and Oklahoma City with the triple.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
Near the three-point line, it's Foy. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2. And the Thunder with possession. They're on a 15-6 run.
And, you know, Denver was not that good against the West last season, but they weren't as bad as you would have thought. Managed to get 19 wins against the rest of the conference, and we know how tough the West is, so that's not shabby.
Here's Moutier following the score by Serge Ibaka. Chandler, no good. Durant against Chandler. Here's Westbrook. The basket good off the assist from Durant. 10 points for Russell Westbrook.
How about the start that they've gotten off to here? Huge lead, and we're still in the first quarter.
And, guys, it hasn't just been the scoring. I mean, they're playing tremendous defense, too.
One thing about Kevin Durant, when you talk with him, he's got such a laid-back demeanor. His pulse doesn't quicken. And when you ask opponents, they'll tell you he is as competitive, Greg, as they come.
Yeah, what you see on the outside with Kevin is a mirage, a fake out, if you will, because on the inside, this guy burns with competitive fire and brimstone.
And Denver decides to take their first time out here.
And with Durant, his competitive spirit really comes out in crunch time. He demands the ball when the game's on the line. And more often than not, he gets it and delivers.
Moutier. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter.
And guys, talking about Durant, he may not wear it on his sleeve, but he's really upped his energy and emotion on the defensive end. I mean, he's seen that defense wins championships, and that's the only thing on his mind right now.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
Boy, and for Randy Foye, I thought it was a big bounce-back year for him last season. His points per game were the highest they've been in 5 years, and his field goal percentage was the highest it's been in 5 years as well.
Good on both. Talking about Randy Foye last year, one difference is that he started almost every game, 78 the most in his career. That may have given him, Greg, additional confidence. Who knows?
Well, where I was impressed, Kevin, with his improvement was as a facilitator and rebounder. He seemed to lose his mojo for a few years in there, but last season, I really feel like he got it back.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going. Perfect 4 for 4 for him to start this game out.
Yeah, he's looking good. He's got a nice bounce in his step to start.
Fareed setting the pick for Moutier. Terrific design on the big play, and he lays it in. Moutier's got his second bucket.
How about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Near the three-point line, it's Westbrook. The basket good off the assist from Durant. 12 points for Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Here's Moutier, and the rebound goes to the Thunder. Ibaka's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Passes it to Roberson, 13 feet away. And again, it's Oklahoma City.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets, Greg, resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there.
Now, here's Moutier. Stolen by Westbrook. And now a fast break for the Thunder. And Ibaka kicks to Adams. It's stolen by Moutier. Dishes it to Chandler. Bangs home the trifecta.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
The Thunder leading by 12. Right side Westbrook. Lets the 3 fly. And the Thunder another 3.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Now, here's Nurkic. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him.
He's having quite the quarter here, guys. I mean, shooting the ball extremely well.
Oklahoma City's gone 4 of 5 from three-point land to get things going here in the first. Westbrook with it. Now defended by Moutier. Denver grabs the miss, coming off that loss against the Timberwolves.
And guys, just look at the turnover stats in that game. You're not going to win giving it up as many times as they did.
Not unless you play an even tougher brand of defense on your end and force more turnovers for the other side. That's the only way you're going to get that thing squared away.
And now we'll get a perspective here on the hustle game, how it's been going for Oklahoma City.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
You know, another thing they've done well, guys, this first half is challenge shooters and change shots. A bunch of block shots early.
Here's Roberson. Talking about that win against the Magic, he was definitely a major factor as well. Ibaka dishes to Westbrook. And again, it's Oklahoma City.
I don't think they can ask much more of him than what he's done this quarter.
The Nuggets trail by 17. Moutier kicks to Fareed. They set the pick. Fade away. Rebounded by Serge Ibaka. Ibaka's got 4 rebounds in this game.
Oh, a tough quarter for him offensively. He hasn't been able to give his team a lift when they need it.
Roberson the pass to Westbrook. And the Thunder, another 3.
And the defense is in disbelief here. Triple after triple.
When that happens, you simply just hope they start cooling off.
Now here's Moutier. He has 6. There's 14 seconds left here in the first quarter. Connects on the open J.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you think his team would have the lead.
Westbrook with it. With 1 on the clock. Oh, he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
And he beats the buzzer to end the quarter.
Terrific shot there. I mean, he was calm, he was poised, didn't rush it at all. You got to tip your hat to him. That was well done.
And Serge Ibaka, becoming known for his shooting ability now, he talked about the confidence his teammates and his coach instilled in him.
He trusts you. Every time he punts the ball, when you don't shoot, he screams you, shoot ball. Then next time what? You will shoot. And if you miss, you say, yeah, good shot. You know, and your coaches in the practice talking to your teammates. Man, once.
Well, if you wonder how much difference a coach can make for a player, there it is. Huh?
You heard it in Serge's voice, too. That confidence has already been planted in him. That voice telling him, shoot the ball, is now in his own head. He's going to be just fine.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And, guys, we've seen the Thunder really take control here.
I tell you what, the scoring has come in threes for the most part here so far.
Every time down the floor, it seems they're knocking down the triple.
On the floor for Denver as we get going here in the second quarter. Nelson is out there with Will Barton. Then it's Joey Dorsey. Then there's Gallinari. And it's Hickson. And it's the force spot. And that one's good. Westbrook.
Really just a tremendous day for him. And if you remember, he was just as good in their last game.
Nelson kicks to Barton. From 11 feet away, they get it again. And that one's good.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing, and what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
Durant kicks to Ibaka. Trying to find Durant. He's got it now. Gallinari with the steal. Nelson against Westbrook. Hickson a screen. And there's the call on Durant. That is his first foul of the game. First personal foul. Here's Barton. And Andre Robertson is going to pick up a foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Man, it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
On defense, Oklahoma City. Dorsey dishes to Gallinari. 6 on the shot clock. Stolen by Durant. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
Now there's something for the top 10 highlight reel right there. A layup can be just as sweet and as pretty as a dunk sometimes.
Well, it was a season last year of heartbreak and change for the Thunder, narrowly missing the playoffs as the Pelicans beat them out for that 8th position.
Yeah, and they were teetering back and forth on that 8th spot for most of the year. Ultimately, they just couldn't hold on to that final playoff spot.
Knocked away. Feeds it to Gallinari. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Gallinari's got 6 in the quarter.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
It's becoming a theme in this game, Clark. They are piling up the points in the paint.
And Roberson kicks to Ibaka. to the inside. Roberson gets the bucket. Roberson's got his second bucket.
I really think that's the area they want to work the ball into, and it takes passing like that to get it done.
And guys, Serge Ibaka's production was just a little off last season. We're not talking, big number changes. We're talking small dips in a number of categories.
Well, one category where he did really fall off, though, Kevin, was field goal percentage. A career 53% shooter, he dropped down to 47.
Now, here is Nelson. Misses from close range.
He's always going to have a difficult time finishing when the defense is in his face like that.
And the foul on Will Barton. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Ibaka, and Oklahoma City again with the bucket.
And getting back to Ibaka, everything changed for him the minute Kevin Durant was lost last season. I mean, defenses could focus on him, and he was the Thunder's only front court scoring threat. And as much as he's improved on offense, he still has neither the flexibility nor skill set to be a guy that can be considered a first or second option offensively.
Nelson against Westbrook. Here's Gallinari. It's a big high bouncing goes in. Gallinari's got 8 points.
He's got to be a little embarrassed for joining the Paratroopers Club on that pump fake. Talking about Ibaka, last season was good for his growth. I mean, he got a taste of what it's like to be the first or second scoring option rather than an afterthought. Now it's up to him to take that experience and convert it into improvement.
The Thunder have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
And they were 75% from the line a season ago. And for long stretches of the season, the Thunder, they had a short bench early on due to injury and just having a short rotation. They did change things up, though, as they went through that regular season.
The Thunder leading by 20. Pass to Adams. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. Well, for the Thunder, Greg, you're talking about, they did have to go to their bench more and more. And Clark, as the season wore on, their bench players were playing a lot of minutes.
Yeah, actually, they ended up in the top 10 in bench minutes played. The trades they made at the deadline helped bring depth to the team, and they took advantage of it.
Good on the second free throw.
Really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
And, Greg, definitely that's one of the reasons they're in front right now.
And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That's foul number 2 for him.
He's jammed himself up a little bit here with that second foul. But as long as he can avoid a third before the half, I think he's fine.
Here's Hickson. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Roberson's got 4 rebounds in this game.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Nelson, no one around him. Nelson with another miss. Down low, here's Roberson, and the foul on Will Barton. That's foul number 2 for him.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Yep, the next one puts them on the line, so they've got to be careful the rest of the way.
A different look for Denver. Fareed comes in for Joey Dorsey, and it's Moutier in for Nelson. Gallinari with the steal. And here's Moutier. 8 points for him. And it's blocked by Adams. And that'll be Oklahoma City's ball as it goes out of bounds. A different look for Denver. Norkic checked in for Hickson. Chandler comes in for Gallinari. And it's Foy in for Will Barton. Now here's Westbrook. The pass to Adams. The feed to Durant. The trade. 6 for 6. He's got the miss from the field.
Well, I tell you what, when you get this kind of effort and efficiency from him, they're a really hard team to beat.
Moutier kicks to Fareed. That's tipped. And it's Moutier, top of the key. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a three-point play.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Well, perhaps one of the most intriguing draft picks of this past summer, Emmanuel Mudiay can be a game-changing player. Was going to play, Clark, as you recall, at SMU for Larry Brown.
He sure was, and went overseas instead, so we don't know a ton about him other than his reputation is sterling. Now we'll see if he can live up to it.
And how about Mudiay, guys? He has a very interesting upbringing. Born in the Congo, grew up in Texas, and spent last season in China. Already a very well-traveled young man for a player of his age.
Nuggets have gone 6 of 12 in the second quarter, right at the 50% mark from the field. The shot by Chandler, wide open. And another miss by Denver. Thunder have gone 8 of 9 in the second quarter. Very nearly perfect from the field. To the left side wing. Now Westbrook. He's got 26. Out left to the wing. 5 on the clock. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Denver's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Now here's Mudiay. He's covered by Westbrook. Mudiay, no good.
And you know, with Mudiay, you can't ignore what he does on the court. He has amazing size in the point guard spot, excellent vision, and is a natural playmaker for his squad.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
It's stolen by Mudiay for the finish. Whoa!
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant. And this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
And that last replay courtesy of Kia.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
Here's Westbrook, and there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And there's the foul against Denver.
Well, Westbrook has been great. He's got 26 points, and all the steals he's collected only add to his impressive stat line.
Whether he's picking someone's pocket or picking off a pass, he has been a disruptive force out on the floor.
The Nuggets shooting at an even 50% from the floor here in the second quarter. Mudiay passes to Fareed, and it's blocked by Ibaka.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Durant, Nurkic with the block. And another fast break opportunity for Denver. Here we go. To the paint. Here's Durant. On it from 12. Durant's got 7 points for the quarter.
And he could be the guy to put this game out of reach.
A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. It's the Thunder just dominating this one. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Well, Jameer, what kind of adjustments are you guys looking to execute when you come back out for the second half?
We have to execute our defensive scheme a little better and a lot harder. You know they're going to make some runs, they're going to make shots, but at the same time, we have to make it tough on them when they're passing the ball.
Jameer, thank you. Guys, sometimes it's not about what you do, but how you do it.
Thanks, Doris. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter started.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And hello again, it was all Russell Westbrook in the first quarter. He had 27 points, 6 assists, And that'll wrap up our halftime show. The third.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. Well, you look at Russell Westbrook in this game, he has been everywhere.
You just love it when the decision-making is as good as it was there in that first half. Didn't force anything.
Guys, I think here in the second half, though, they may want him to be a little more assertive. Start hunting more for his shot, even the tough ones.
Down low, it's the international combo of Ibaka and Adams. Russell Westbrook out there with Andre Robertson. And it's Durant in at the 3 slot. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. The Nuggets have yet to miss from the free throw line. They're 3 for 3.
Numbers last year for them, just about 73%, so the bottom third of the league.
Yeah, as a group, really a dismal year for them from the line last season, guys.
The Nuggets missed the postseason again last year. Never really had a good look at it and just fell in back of the pack.
And it's the second straight year of not playing playoff basketball in Denver. This coming on the heels of 10 straight bursts between 04 and 13.
Oklahoma City leading by 23. He kicks it to Robertson. Nurkic with the block, and he gets it back. Stolen by Fareed. Got a piece of it. Chandler's shot, good. Chandler's got his third bucket of the night. And a minute played as the second half gets going. Outside Durant. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Now here's Moutier. He's guarded closely. He feeds it to Foy. Screen by Nurkic. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Foy's got 6.
Yeah, starting the second half nicely there. Love those easy lay-ins to get things going.
And again, it's Kevin Durant.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
Nuggets have gone 3 of 3 from the field since halftime. Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. We all know about Durant's injury last season. Strange, because he was the model of health pretty much before that.
He really was. I mean, just rarely missed extended time. And factoring he, along with Westbrook, 2 guys who had been really the model of durability. Health is something he nor the fans will ever take for granted again.
A quick note about Kevin Durant and his ability to stay on the floor. Prior to last season, he played in 97% of all games that he could have. That's high-level durability there.
Sideline with Doris Burke.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Mike Malone as he addressed his team. He told the team he wanted their offense to run through Chandler. Coach has a lot of faith in him offensively and let his players know it, insisting that he be at the forefront of what they do at that end of the court from here on out. He also told them that he wants to see multiple passes on every possession. He said that was the key to getting the best shot each time down. Well, they need to make something happen before the start of the fourth quarter, and maybe those changes will do the trick, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris.
And thinking about how much Durant has played, that 97% of games played is for international play and playoffs. That's an incredible amount of games that he's suited up for. You wonder if it just wore down his body.
The first free throw is good. Well, you look at the roster of the Thunder from last year, Clark, they knew how to build from within.
Well, last season's roster, everybody but one player was either drafted or acquired via trade. That's a rare combo in the NBA.
Shots good by Ibaka.
A nice start to the second half. Just one miss in their first 5 attempts.
For Denver, they've gone 3 of 3 from the field since halftime. And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. And that'll be his third foul so far. Got a piece of it. And again, Oklahoma City running the court in transition.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at either end, steals, fast break buckets, and the other team scrambling to find its game.
Great point. I mean, that aggression has allowed them to just create a lot of havoc. And boy, are they taking advantage.
Moutier kicks to Fareed. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Fareed, a screen on Durant. Fareed goes in, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
You know, Kenneth Fareed was named to the NBA All-Rookie First Team 4 years ago. Took the league by storm with his energy and hustle. Looked like the sky was the limit for him, but every year since then, his numbers have looked very similar.
Getting back to Fareed, the numbers through last season tell a very interesting story. His field goal percentage has gone down every year, while his free throw percentage has gone up every year.
Yeah, his rebounds, assists, steals, block numbers have all stayed relatively flat. You know, he's making a positive contribution, but maybe not at the level of that contract extension he signed back in 14.
Now here's Moutier following the miss by Russell Westbrook. Screen by Fareed. Ball's knocked loose. Clock at 6. Chandler goes in. Can't hit from the elbow.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
And that one's good. Durant.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams. Really good awareness right there on the assist.
Oklahoma City has gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. Stolen by Fareed. Now here's Moutier. He's covered by Westbrook. Moutier dishes to Chandler. That's good. Chandler's got 9. Here's Westbrook. He has 29. Out to the right wing. Fades back. And again, it's Oklahoma City.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
Nurkic. No luck. They battled on the glass, but couldn't knock it down. And now the fast break. Westbrook with the ball. Here's Roberson. 12 points for him. Left side, Westbrook. He dishes it to Ibaka. Just 4 to shoot. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
And here's a look at some stats for Westbrook. Great showing for him last season. He was around 28 points per clip last year. 8 assists and 7 rebounds. And he's a real threat defensively. You look at his steals during this stretch, always lurking for the smallest mistake.
Well, he causes those mistakes, too. I mean, he'll harass you for the full 94 feet, never giving you an inch.
Catching up on the changes for Denver. J.J. Hickson, he's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Alinari comes in for Wilson Chandler. And Barton subbed in for Randy Foye. Joey Dorsey's checked in for the Nuggets. Nelson comes in for Moutier. Now, here is Nelson. And it's Hickson at the elbow. Right wing. Here's Barton. And another miss by Denver. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 7 of 9 from the field to start this second half. Some tremendous shooting from them.
And that's the way you want to defend. Nice job there.
Always important to have that good interior defense.
And I love the fact that he didn't have to slow down or adjust there. The pass was just timed perfect.
Adams, right side. And And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Thunder.
They really haven't backed away from running and gunning at any point, but their legs still look fresh.
Another factor here tonight has been the amount of points they've scored off turnover.
Tanking is something that all teams that are out of it tend to do. I hate that word, Clark, but it seems to be the one used by a lot. Nuggets didn't really try to hide it last season either.
Well, you know, it certainly looked that way. Right around March, they just started sitting key players for no real reason. They framed it as rest, but it didn't quite look that way.
Oh, and here we go with Durant. Nobody back. No luck. Now Denver takes it the other way. Well, they've got the Lakers ahead of them after this game. In the next game, it'll be played in Los Angeles. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip.
And guys, for the Nuggets, it seemed to come out of the blue for their players. They all felt fresh, but the press release would say they needed rest. So obviously a bit of miscommunication there.
Now here's Westbrook. He has 31. Here's Adams, and Oklahoma City again with the bucket. Nuggets have gotten 6 of their 12 shots to drop for him here in the second half so far.
And, you know, back to the Nuggets and giving up a bit near the end of the season, miscommunications like that can really bother a player. Still, it's a viable strategy. I don't know if it's viable, but it's a strategy that could pay dividends if executed the right way.
Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Westbrook against Nelson. Denver shooting reasonably well, 45%. Here's Gallinari. The basket good off the assist from Nelson. Nelson's got 3 assists tonight.
Obviously, a mix-up defensively on that possession.
Westbrook passes to Ibaka. Outside Westbrook. Shot clock at 5. And Oklahoma City again with the bucket.
What a top-notch game he's having. He's gotten them in front, and it sure seemed like he's going to keep them there. All by himself, it looks like.
Gallinari against Durant.
Oklahoma City foul call. Kevin Durant.
The Nuggets have gone 7 of 9 from the free throw line tonight. First free throw is good. Gallinari hits them both. Adams down low. Drilled it right as the clock hit all zeros.
Wow, what a clutch shot. He's got nerves of steel.
Woo! Gotta have big-time nerves to hit a shot like that at the buzzer.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. Westbrook. So on the floor for Denver, we've got Wilson Chandler. Laverne is out there with Joey Dorsey. And it's Nelson, and it's Johnson, and a 2-guard.
And such a steady hand. I mean, he's one of those guys that's really allowed them to take the lead.
Well, he's just so reliable and dependable and consistent, especially here today. I mean, his shooting percentage is off the charts.
Here's Westbrook after the Nuggets pick up 2.
It's still pretty early to judge, but so far the 2014 draft class has lived up to the hype. The top guys were as good as promised, and a lot of talent down late in the draft as well.
Here's Nelson. pass to Chandler. The basket good off the assist from Nelson. Nelson's got 4 assists in the game.
Well executed possession. They controlled the shot. Nicely done.
Now here's Westbrook.
How about the excitement right now that he's playing the game with? I love it.
He capped that dunk off with some serious hang time on the rim.
I tell you what, he just couldn't contain himself on that one.
And that replay sponsored by Kia, the Kia Slam Cam, giving us a great look at that one.
Just a little confusion among the D as to who was supposed to be on it.
Outside Durant. Outside Westbrook. From the arc. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
No, it's scary because he's just been a matchup nightmare in this game. He's eaten up anybody they've thrown at him.
Johnson the screen. Westbrook against Nelson. The dish now to Chandler. Chandler with another miss.
One made 3 for him for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
Durant. Boom, he shoots it straight down.
Man, he slams it home and gets a little camera time on the backside of it.
He spent a while up there on the rim.
And I like the fact that the ref's going to give him a little bit of leeway there and a lot more than they used to.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Johnson left side. And the shot is good.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Thunder have gotten every shot they've taken so far in the fourth quarter to go in. That's 5 in a row to start the quarter. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time.
You know, something that's floating around in the sports world and in the NBA is reseeding after the playoffs start. And for those of you who may not understand the situation, it's simply saying that no matter what, he would play the lower seeded team, however you get to those numbers.
Moutier, he's checked in for Nelson.
Come on, baby. Let's get one more.
Right side, Westbrook. Kicks it to Adams. To the middle. It's tipped. And here we go. Fast break. Moutier's got it. And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That's it for him. He's fouled out of the game.
The good news is they've already got this game wrapped up. Jordan might as well sit back and relax.
On the Thunder making a switch here. Augustine's checked in. We're in the final quarter of play here, 3 minutes in, and so they choose to intentionally foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Chandler, no good. And with that whole concept of playoff reseeding, so often we'll see a 2nd or 3rd seed team get a 6th or 7th seed team in the 2nd round. Meanwhile, Greg, the top seed plays the 4th seed no matter what.
You know, I think in a few cases it would have made a major difference in how the playoffs would have played out. And quite frankly, I think it also puts more value in the regular season if that #1 seed could play a 7th seed, if you will, in the 2nd round. So I think that's something that the commissioner and the competition committee might want to reassess.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
And there's the foul. It goes on Serge Ibaka. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
Wow, fired that bounce pass in there beautifully.
Here's Moutier.
And something that's been whispered about around the NBA is expansion. We know there are some markets that want desperately to have an NBA team. The NBA might not be at 30 teams for the foreseeable future.
Here's Adams, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. That one on Chandler. There are markets in the U.S. that want an NBA team. Seattle, which has been a great NBA friend has been trying to get a team back since the Sonics left for Oklahoma City.
Clearly, Seattle's the lead name domestically. The NBA has also talked about adding a European division. A lot of different options for expansion. Don't think any will be acted on anytime soon, though.
Will Barton, he's checked in for Denver. Here's Johnson. Passes it to Moutier.
Yeah, that's got them over the limit, and it's still early. They have to play smart, or they could give up a lot of free throws.
And that one misses.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
That's exactly when you need to be aggressive, Greg. You know that. I mean, another good job, though, of drawing contact and getting to the free throw line. Clearly, it was a disappointing year for the Thunder last season, guys, but they still were very good in the Northwest Division. They finished second behind the Blazers and won 10 of their 16 in-division games.
Good for basket number 7 tonight on a not-so-unlucky 13 shots.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
Last season for the Thunder, Greg, the first time since 2010 that they did not win the Northwest.
Yeah, and Kevin, if healthy, you have to think that it's still the Thunder's division to lose going forward. The division only sent one team to the playoffs in a down year for OKC, and it's probably the most wide open division in the West.
The Nuggets making a switch here. Gallinari's checked in, but they get it back. To the inside. Here's Dorsey.
You know, the Nuggets could create their offense, but they still would have trouble knocking down the shots. This didn't have a lot of dead-eye laser shooters. Every field goal attempt with them was an adventure.
That free throw missing, and the Nuggets making a change here. Nelson's checked in. Second free throw, no good. Thunder have gotten all 8 of their shots in the fourth quarter to drop. Truly remarkable. Gallinari with the steal. Here's Barton, guarded by Augustine, and that one's good. Barton. Nuggets did have their problems on the offensive end, too, something that's rare for them, hitting the open shot, the mid-range shot, and beyond being one of them.
You know, Kevin, how about being last in the league in catch and shoot field goal percentage? I mean, got a good amount of looks that way, but really struggled shooting only 34% in those situations. And, you know, the NBA loves to experiment with different rules in different ways. The D-League last season used international rules for goaltending, and that small change makes a huge impact on the defensive end.
Both free throws good from Barton. And for the international rules of goaltending, players are allowed to touch the ball after it hits the iron, even if it is over the cylinder.
I'm not sure if the NBA is going to adapt that rule, but I think it wouldn't be a big deal to adapt it because there aren't a lot of times that play happens in the game. It would be a small percentage of those plays over the course of the season.
So here's Gallinari following the score by Serge Ibaka. Fades and shoots. Off the iron that time. Oklahoma City's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. This is to Robertson. They set the pick. Up off the screen, and he slams it one-handed.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Oklahoma City.
And they could do no wrong today, Steve. That's right. This was a team performing to its Clark fullest capability.
Yeah, and a very satisfying win for them, too. A game to remember, and on the other side, definitely one you want to forget as soon as possible.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And, Greg, we know familiarity breeds contempt. I would expect things to become more heated as these teams face each other going forward.
And what a huge standout performance it was for Westbrook. You can do a lot to change a game other than scoring, and it was his quick hands on the defensive end that put them in the driver's seat.
And the Thunder with the possession here. after the Nuggets pick up 2. Roberson gets the bucket.
Well, if it wasn't out of reach, it is now, thanks to that last little spurt.
And why put the brakes on now? I just say keep on letting it fly.
Now, here is Nelson. Nelson with another miss.
Well, he's building a house with those bricks. I mean, one reason is he keeps trying to force it up when he's defended well. Move the ball, share the sugar.
And you can sense the fact that they didn't want to let the fans down here. It's been a fun night to be in the building.
Greg, it really has been. I mean, such a lively, vibrant atmosphere, and no doubt that played a part in the big win.
And Ibaka kicks to Augustine. Got a piece of it. Nelson with it. Here's Barton. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
Yeah, they were clicking in every way. I mean, all cylinders go. No question about that. And once they pulled away, they didn't let up.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over